Today is the final day for candidates to submit petitions for statewide and congressional races in Pennsylvania. So how does all of this work and what happens next? Dennis Owens live at the state capitol in Harrisburg to explain. Good afternoon, Dennis.
Good afternoon to you, James. We are in the lobby of the Keystone building where the Department of State has set up a table behind me to accept petitions. Over my left shoulder, we have a U.S. Senate candidate in the Democratic Party, and over my right shoulder, we have a Republican candidate, Rick Saccone, for Lieutenant Governor. The candidates have been steadily coming in, filing those petitions as they are required to do by 5 o'clock today. I've got Larry Otter. You're an election attorney, yes, and you're hanging out in Harrisburg. This is a big day for you. Why?
Well, you want to see who's filing petitions. I had a client here earlier, and we had to walk her through some of the stuff. It's just part of what I do.
I find it interesting that the state accepts the signatures. They don't necessarily check them for quality. They make sure that if you're running for Congress, you have 1,000, governor, you have 2,000, but they're not checking the quality of the signatures. That's up to people's challengers to hire attorneys such as yourself to check that out and then file petitions. Isn't that right?
That's correct. You have 7 days from today to do that.
To challenge.
And you have to file by 5 o'clock next Tuesday in Commonwealth Court and serve the Secretary of State with the
So
papers.
when will the ballots be official?
When the courts say so.
How often are there challenges?
Every year.
So there'll be challenges from some of these petitions?
Most likely.
What's most likely the biggest reason why people are getting challenged?
They don't have enough signatures when it all comes down to brass tacks.
You told me earlier it's a matter of arithmetic. So if I need 1,000, how many signatures should I have to keep people like Larry Otter away from my petitions?
2, 3, 4,000.
So many that you're not going to bother.
Correct.
Okay. Larry Otter, thank you so much for being with us. Did speak with Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman earlier. He's expecting to have a record amount of signatures, perhaps. Signatures will not be a problem for him. He's running for U.S. Senate on the Democratic side. Well, much more on this whole process coming up later tonight, James, 5, 6, and 7 o'clock, and of course online. That's a story from the Keystone building. It is Signature Day in Harrisburg. Let's send it back to you.
You know, it's interesting to see that process all play out, Dennis. But Dennis, this year we had a lot of court battles already. Did that affect the amount of time that these candidates had to get these signatures?
Well, it absolutely did, James. It's pushed the process. They usually have 21 days to get signatures, so it was condensed to 19 days. And we should note, it was important for me to wrap up this report by saying the State House and Senate seats are still unknown. They haven't even started collecting petitions yet because we don't know the official boundaries. So that needs to happen. The clock is ticking on that. The Department of State will be back here in a couple of weeks to do that process once those dates get finalized.
Excellent point, Dennis. Watching democracy, though, in action is always very interesting. Dennis Owens live for us there in Harrisburg. Thank you so much for that.